Welcome to Unscripted. I am Bobbie Jo, and this is the show where it flows. Nobody knows. It's unscripted, just like life. Today we are diving into making decisions. So I'm curious, do you struggle with making decisions? How do you make your decisions? So I can tell you that I would be one that would struggle with decisions. I would overthink because I wanted to make the right decision. I didn't want to make the wrong decision. So I would find myself stuck swirling in the land of indecision. Which one is right? Which one is wrong? What if, what if, what if? And being in that place is not a fun place to be because, just like we talked in another episode, that will leave us stuck, spinning our wheels, staying in the same place over and over again because we're not making a decision to move and make an action. So I offer this to you if you are one that struggles with decision. A few things today. So number one, just a visual for that is, say we're at a fork in the road. You're at a fork in a road and you have the decision, are you going to go left or are you going to go right? Which path are you going to take? Now we can stay in this place and overthink which one leads to where I want to go. And we might not know that in the first few steps. So we have to decide, are we going to go on this path or are we going to go on that path? And here's the beautiful thing about a decision is when we decide, it allows us to move. It allows us to take a step. It puts that energy into motion. And again, just like another episode, when we make a decision, we let go of expectations, let go of what we think it should look like or what should happen or what the results should be. And embrace that step. And knowing once we decide one step, one path, doesn't mean you have to stay there, that you have to keep going, keep going, keep going. If it's not leading to where you want to, you can always pivot and change the direction a little bit. Now, here's the thing about how do you make decisions? This is the biggest thing about indecision and making decisions and being stuck in that place. Ask yourself, how do you make your decisions? Is there a way that you do? Do you ask other people, what do you think I should do? I can tell you, I used to do that, being stuck in that indecision land. What do you think? What do you think? What should I do? What should I do? Well, here's the thing. Everybody has a different opinion. And regardless of what you decide to do, what you choose, somebody will tell you it's right and somebody will tell you it's wrong. So it's not about asking, what do you think? It's about asking yourself, what do you know? You know. Within you, your body knows what is right for you in this moment. And what is right for you in this moment has nothing to do with what other people think you should do, what other people are doing, or how things have been done before. So with making a decision, it truly is about coming home to yourself and trusting that inner wisdom of your body and knowing. So I invite you to get curious. What does that feel like for you? I invite you to reflect upon different decisions you have made in your life up until this point. Decisions that you just knew. You just knew. How did that feel within you? Or decisions that you've made where you really felt called to go one path, but yet you listened to all the other voices and you went the other one. How did that feel? What did that look like? How does your body speak to you? And one way to start feeling in is noticing that. Take a notebook, start to jot down when you feel those intuitive hits, when you feel that inner knowing guiding you. Again, just notice when you follow it or when you don't. Listen within to your body. What is a yes for you? What is a no for you? What is true for you? What is not true for you? And again, it doesn't have to look like anything else out there. Now, this is a beautiful exercise that one of my mentors was just sharing with us again as well. And I remember doing this, like listening in. Oh, and another mentor I've worked with, she was doing this too within my own body. So it's listening to your body and what is the yes and what is the no. So one way to tap into that to start feeling it is say different yes statements to yourself. Like say what your name is, where you live, what you love, and notice how your body feels. How it feels when it's aligned in that truth, that is your yes. And then say statements that are completely not true about yourself and notice how that energy feels within your body. And then start to feel that when you come into making a decision, feel within your body. I love to visualize sometimes if I'm really stuck in that fork in the road and I'm not sure. I close my eyes and I visualize what would it feel like to make this decision, to make this choice. And I notice how my energy feels. And then I'll ask myself, what would it feel like if I made this choice? And I can close my eyes and start to feel what that might look like and how does that feel to me in my body. And then you'll be able to notice that subtle energy, that shift. What feels good to you? What feels good to your body? What feels alignment? For me, when something is right, it feels light. So that's my little motto. If it's light, it's right. If something is not true or it's wrong, I get this really heavy feeling. And sometimes I listen and sometimes I don't. I listen a lot more. Lately, there was an opportunity I had where I didn't listen. I felt within my body what was right. And you know what? It did not make sense to the head. So here's the thing. Sometimes, a lot of times, this will happen. So I went from that embodied, okay, this is light and right for me, to my head of, now wait a minute, this doesn't make perfect sense because da-da-da-da-da. So really, you're being intuitively led to this path, but, let's go up in here and analyze and all these different shoulds and all the things. Really, it should be this path over here. And it's so funny because I let my head win on that one and I went this path. And then something happened where I realized, wow, my intuition was so right, which it always is. And I had the opportunity to shift to that path, thank goodness. But it was a beautiful lesson for me, again, in that, where am I making my decisions? How am I making my decisions? Am I trusting my soul, my spirit, my divine guidance? And acting from that place of true divine trust, even though I can't see the full path? Or am I making my decisions based on what other people think or what I think I should do or how it's been done before? Or am I staying stuck at the fork in the road, freaking out to make the right decision that I don't make any decision at all? So I invite you to reflect upon, how do you feel about making decisions? Is it easy for you to make decisions? Do you feel stuck in that fork in the road? Do you overanalyze and overthink? How do you make your decisions? Do you already know? Do you tap into that inner body wisdom and you just have that feeling and you know what's right for you? Or do you listen outside of yourself and ask everybody else what they think you should do? Or do what somebody tells you you should do? So take a moment and reflect upon that, and then ask yourself, how can I connect more to that divine wisdom in my body? What is my yes? What is my no? What does that energy feel like? And start to build that within you, that sacred inner trust of how you make your decisions. Wishing you so much divine aligned decisions in your life. You've got this. You are always guided and being led exactly where you're meant to go. You are exactly where you're meant to be. If you have any trouble connecting in and hearing what that feels like for you, how do you make your decisions? How do you feel that body wisdom? reach out to me. I'd love to support you at loveBobbieJo.com. And again, the conversation continues for Backstage Pass members, so if you haven't grabbed your pass already, go to loveBobbieJo.com and grab your free Backstage Pass. So listen to that intuition, trust yourself, and know there are no wrong decisions. There is aligned action, and you will always be guided to exactly where you're meant to be. Thank you so much for joining me. Sending you lots and lots of love.